What's up guys, John here, and if you guys watch my channel, you guys know I love shooters and arcade style of games, games that I can jump in and jump out of really quick. And in the mid 90s, there was a lot of arcade ports on systems like the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation 1, but there was a ton of arcade games that we didn't see over here in the West and that were not released on consoles over in Japan. So today we're going to talk about 3 of those arcade games that I've been having a lot of fun with, and hopefully you do too. So let's check them out. So starting off, we have ProGear, published by Cave and Capcom. This 2001 side-scrolling shoot-'em-up was developed by Cave for the CPS2 system board. ProGear comes equipped with 5 steampunk-themed levels that really remind me of Steel Empire on the Genesis. Now, in this game, you get to choose your ship's pilot and your ship's gunner, or basically your ship's speed and your ship's shot. You get 3 bombs per life, and all your power-ups can be picked up again after you die to help keep your ship powered up. As you can see, this game screams Cave, although ProGear is not as fluid as other Cave shooters, but in this case it still has enough charm to push me through all 5 levels. Now, is it normal for Capcom and Cave to release games together? I mean, let me know in the comments down below. I feel like since I see the word Capcom, it gives the game kind of just a dash of Gigawing style, but that's probably all in my head. ProGear can be found easily online and played on RetroArch or Happy Chick if you have an Android device or GPDXD. And honestly, I've been playing a lot of Cave shooters and a lot of shooters on the Xbox 360 in general. And because Cave released so many shooters on the Xbox 360, I really feel like the Xbox 360 missed out on this release, and it would have been awesome if Cave and Capcom or Cave or whoever released this on the Xbox 360, even if only in Japan. Now, something I thought of when I was playing this game, and if you know anything about this, or if I'm wrong about this, or whatever, let me know in the comments down below. But this is a Cave game, right? Every Cave game I've played on the PS1, on the Sega Saturn, on the Xbox 360, they were all vertically scrolling shooters, and this one is a horizontally scrolling shooter. So, just for what it's worth, I thought that pretty interesting, but overall, this game is great. It's not super long, it is super fun, and if you're into Cave shooters, trust me, you're going to want to play this one. Up next we have Guardians, which is also known as Denjin Makai 2 in Japan. Now, this is a side-scrolling beat-em-up made by Winkysoft and published by Banpresto. Guardians saw an exclusive 1995 arcade release in Japan and is the sequel to the 1994 arcade title Denjin Makai. As expected, this game is 2-player and offers 8 playable characters, although my favorite is the girl dressed in blue with the wings and the claws that kind of look like Freddy Krueger or maybe Wolverine. Actually, the first thing that I noticed about the game is how she has a striking resemblance to Lilith Valkyrie, but I feel like that's a good thing. The combat is fun with attacks, combos, and special attacks with guns that all flow together, making the gameplay very fluid. The stages vary, and there's even a bonus stage that plays like Operation Wolf. Although, from what I've played, and I've played through this game quite a few times already, there's only one bonus stage that I can find. Guys, I don't play a lot of multiplayer games. I wish that I could. I just don't know a lot of people that play video games. But when I play this game, I think about how fun it would have been if there was 4 people playing at the same time. Kind of like the Simpsons arcade game. But that's kind of a lot of combat going on one screen for this game, and it probably wouldn't have been hard to finish the game with 4 people. It'd probably be a walk in the park. But if you guys are looking for a new brawler style game or beat 'em up, definitely give Guardians a shot, because it's another one of those games that never saw a console release. Okay, so last but definitely not least, we have Ninja Baseball Batman. Or, God, I'm going to try to pronounce this, Yaku Kakuto League Man. Anyway, this is a 1993 beat-em-up that was developed and published by IREM. Now, I've been playing a lot of 90s era arcade games, and I see the word IREM thrown around an awful lot, so I feel like they were a pretty big deal in the world of arcade games in the early to mid 90s. Now, I will say, if you follow retro video games, that you've probably heard of this title. Now, Ninja Baseball Batman did get a very limited release here in the US, but has since rose in popularity due to the rise of emulators. The gameplay in this game is very fluid, and even more so than the last game I talked about, and only makes use of a single attack and single jump button, although how you combine those button taps makes for some pretty interesting combos. The visuals in Ninja Baseball Batman are stunning to say the least, and the sprite work, level scrolling, they all come together, so needless to say, this game has aged very well. So let's face it, this is a crazy title, but it's also the first thing that I noticed about the game. The second thing that I noticed about the game was the character and enemy designs. This game pitched you up against evil baseballs, walking playing cards, pumpkin heads, and some of the most unique enemy designs that I've ever seen in a video game. So bottom line for me, this game reminds me a lot of the Simpsons arcade game, just a little bit more over the top. So just like the last game that I talked about, if you guys are looking for a new beat 'em up or brawler style of game, then look no further, because this game it's off the hook. This is a fun game, and the combat in this game, like I said, it's very, very fluid, so it keeps you muscling through the game. Now, it's kind of weird that I only added one shoot 'em up to this video, because that's usually all I talk about is shooters, but I've been really getting into those mid to early 90s style of arcade games, and these games are just too fun not to play. So make sure you download Ninja Baseball Batman for a RetroArch on your cell phone, whatever. Play this game because it's a lot of fun. Okay guys, so those are just 3 of the many, many thousands of arcade games out there. And as far as how to play these games, just me personally, there's 2 things I use to play them: RetroArch and Happy Chick on my GPD-XD. Both of those things will run on an Android phone if you have any current Android phone. But I really love playing these games on my GPD-XD. This is a go-to device if you're into retro gaming. You can play pretty much everything off of this. You can do HDMI out, use a PS4 controller. It works great. I highly recommend these. They are kind of pricey, but wait for an eBay auction. You can get one for right around $100. Anyways, guys, what are some of your favorite arcade games that you've downloaded, played through an emulator, whatever you own the board to? What are some of your favorite arcade games? Let me know in the comments down below. I absolutely love finding out about new arcade games to play. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, peace out.